Hello! So, things were a little different this highlight video. Long story short, OBS ate my mic audio, so I'm gonna pick out bits of the stream and post-commentate them and run on the vibes. Okay? Okay. So I decided to stick with Chryssillimon for a while because we needed to train our pitch black Digimon. And we also ended up deciding to digivolve him not into his regular path, but to get us a virus type so we could do the virus challenges. And there was a lot of training. After this brief training arc with Chryssillimon, we swapped to our level 6 Monochromon. He's a little boy. And we decided to run him into the first Earth challenge because he's a champion, they're all rookies, easy. With the Earth challenge done, we took Chryssillimon back on his next training arc. We checked our challenges again, and a beneficial challenge, the Dancing Ghosts, popped up. So we let Chryssillimon have a go, and he smashed it and got himself some more Dark XP. On the next challenge scroll, we found Birds of Prey, so we went to get our main man Phoenixmon and let the Holy Chicken clean up shop as he always does. We swapped back again to Chryssillimon, and after a brief evolution check, we do have enough Dark XP, but we've got to send our boy on another training arc. With all that training done, we'd passed enough time to have another look in the village, and with a few materials gathered, we take them to Craftmon to get our 30 Digiboulders to give to Meramon, which fixes his restaurant. Then we can grab a certain dish to take to the 2 Bergamon in Boot Jungle and get them recruited to the city as well. We have a look back at the challenges and we spot one of the ones we've been training for, and we absolutely demolish it. Then it's time for another training arc. On our little cycle, we check back to the challenges and spot an easy one that we can knock out. And then I think you know exactly what came next. After a while, we come across the Insect Challenge 2, which proves no problem for our boy Chryssillimon. And then we send him back to the mines. We then grab Phoenixmon again to take out the Flora's Flowers Second Stop Supply Challenge, and that's another one we need to do for a future city recruit. And then for a quick break from all the challenges and all the training arcs, we take a fishing arc instead because we need to catch a lot of fish. And we do squeeze a small training arc in. And for the next training arc, we actually use a couple of challenges because not only do they provide us with very consistent EXP, but also money. And we were pretty tight on money after having to pay Groundramon to fix the city a couple of times. We grabbed some Tamers skills, and with help from chat, namely Yuji, we took our training elsewhere so we could fight higher levels, which meant we'd get more EXP per battle. And finally, after all these training arcs, all those challenges, everything we've been doing, we get our Pitch Black Virus Evolution Wisemon. We take a quick look at what we're aiming for next, and it looks like the next evolution we'll be getting is Belphemon. With our newly evolved Wisemon, we go back to our challenge page, and we end up finding two that we haven't done yet, and he's more than capable of handling. That being the Aquatic Challenge 2 and the Beast Challenge 3. In the same row of challenges, we see that we've got the Machine Challenge 4 as well as the Insect Challenge 4. While Wisemon isn't ready for these yet, we have a big holy chicken who definitely is and takes them out easy. Since I currently have Phoenixmon equipped, I decided to further the story by talking to Hina, who tells us that she's been looking at her data on what she's been afraid of, and she tells us that her fears were correct and our friend Greymon is something known as a boss Digimon. Boss Digimon are big, they're angry, they're aggressive, but she's not sure why our friend Greymon seems sorry and sympathetic for what he did, as well as wanting to be our friend. So she really wants us to meet Greymon again and figure out what's going on, as well as hoping for the, doesn't really work out, that there isn't more boss Digimon out there. So we take her advice and we try to find Greymon, but upon going to his house, we find this strange guy called Skull Knightmon. And he essentially tells us that Greymon has a path to follow, and we have our own path to follow, and it's not time for us to meet yet. After this, we head to Login Village and speak to Jijimon, who is quite worked up because he tells us that terrible things have been threatening the neighbours of Dynaplanes, and there's been reports of a giant Impmon causing trouble and setting up shop in the D dungeon in Dynaplanes, the Green Domain, which we decide to go check out and see how we handle it. But we do make a quick pit stop to the Bergamons to help fix the shop now that we've got the materials. So we head into the D dungeon and we see how we fare, and I promptly rage quit the dungeon because I get a bug dropped on me that sends me a floor backwards, and Chat and I think it was trying to save the Pandamon that I was literally about to fight, which, fair enough, but it still made me rage quit. With rage and hate in my heart, I decide to just give up on the D dungeon for now and go back to training Wisemon, and given he's now an ultimate at level 55, we decide to take him under the sea to fight higher levels, get more XP, and we'll deal with his Dark XP and Beast XP at a later date. We also go back, of course, on our little routine and check on what challenges we can do, and we wipe out the ones that we can get out the way as they show up. But we unfortunately fail a Pitch Black one, which kinda sucks. During our usual cycle, I noticed a couple of challenges become available that we needed to do, being the Holy Challenge 4 and Good Omens, and this would get us to start a quest for a certain city recruit. We also did a few more challenges because why not? With the required challenges finished, we head to Clear Oasis, where we spot a Lady Devimon and a Beautymon just hanging out here, but upon talking to them, we soon realize that they're being very nasty. They're calling us all sorts of things. Basically, you're ugly, back of a Numamon looking ass, and you'd be scared of a Poyomon, you and your stupid little Digimon there. And they talked a lot of smack for the fact that we one-shot Lady Devimon. But this is resolved after we win this fight, because we soon find out that this is not their hearts, and in fact, they were told to act this way by Angelwoman because people would respect them and see them as better if they were being bad girls, quote unquote. So they apologize for calling us all those things and being so mean, and they poof off, and we've got one more place to go before we finish this quest. After a spot of fishing, we end up at Link Ruins, where we find the culprit of the crime, Angelwoman, and she is very pleased with herself and her work in making Lady Devimon and Beautymon act so terrible, because in her eyes, someone like Lady Devimon, an evil, terrible pitch black Digimon, should act that way and is evil and should never be respected by anyone. And she's just like, and Beautymon, she's just, I don't like her. And then the girls show up themselves to resolve it and tell her off for tricking them, and she holds her ground like, no, you two suck, you deserve it. So Lady Devimon and Angelwoman disappear to have a fight, whereas Beautymon sits behind because she doesn't want any of this smoke, and she tells us, hey, thank you for believing us, thank you for sticking with us and accepting our apology for being terrible. I'm gonna go to the city and help you out. So that's another recruit. So after this we grab Wisemon again, and you know what we're doing. We finally roll the first Pitch Black Mastery Challenge, which is easy for our big ultimate boy, Wisemon. And after a refresh, we also tried the Melee Data Rewrite Challenge, which we managed to do, even though it was a close call. And with a little progress check on our evolution, this is where we end the stream this time. So this has been a lot shorter than the other highlights, but it's largely because obviously I lost my mic audio, which means I lost all the in-time commentary, I lost my interaction with chat, so I focused this on progress more than on like progress and the funny stuff that happened in stream like I'm usually able to. So there'll be one more like this, and then onwards we'll be back to normal with the silly funny moments and getting things done as we always do. So thank you for bearing with me. If you managed to get to the end of this, I appreciate it. And again, only one more like this and then we'll be back to normal. Thank you, bye!